In de vorige aflevering heb ik je laten zien hoe je met dit soort kroonsteentjes alles wat niet smart is in één keer smart kan maken. En middels een intelligente software systeem alles wat wel smart is kan combineren om alles met elkaar samen te laten werken. Nou moet je denken, hoe dan en hoe werkt het? Nou, dat laat ik je in deze aflevering zien. We nemen je mee naar het hoofdkantoor in Zwitserland. Alvast ik je veel kijkplezier, ga ik je verder met de installatie.
You said one crucial thing, and it was you're using the existing infrastructure of a home, the power lines. What's the difference between using that or using a wireless technology?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there are a lot of systems out there, and the main differentiation is really wireless or wired solution.
Yes.
And what
Yes.
we are doing is combining the advantages of both. So meaning that a wireless system is very, very good for retrofits and renovations where you don't need to have additional bus cables. And normally the wired systems, they need a separate bus cable.
Yes.
And whereas we are using then the existing infrastructure, the existing cabling, and transmit our information over power line, which makes it really easy for retrofit, but also for new building. Installation cost is coming down. And what the big advantage of wired system is that it's easy onboarding, it's really working, and having a reliable infrastructure, which is really, really important at home, connecting all the devices.
Nou, laten we dan eens kijken wat er allemaal mogelijk is op het gebied van connectie. Nou, we hebben hier een deurbel van Mobotics. Hij bestaat ook van Doorbird bijvoorbeeld. We hebben in een showroom Sonos, we hebben verlichting gekoppeld en letterlijk alles gekoppeld. En normaal als je bij een huis aankomt en je drukt op deurbel, dan krijg je alleen maar de bel te horen. Maar in dit geval, als je hierop drukt, gaat de camera aan, gaat het schermpje aan, gaat Sonos op de juiste stand, verlichting gaat, oftewel zelfs het aanbellen aan een huis wordt een feestje.
Do you think that digitalSTROM is a good partner in this? Will they be able to apply their technology in such a way that it's manageable?
Yeah. Actually, if you look at the investments that digitalSTROM has done over the last decade, let's say, there are two big parts in that. First of all, there is the basic technology, how you discuss, how you measure, how you talk on the power line, which is a huge investment because, I mean, it's fundamental research. But on the other hand, they've also spent a tremendous amount of money and a tremendous amount of energy in the development of their cloud solution.
Yes.
And I think the cloud solution of digitalSTROM is unique. We haven't fully deployed it yet. I mean, it's available, it's there, but the way it works, the interactivity and the sensitivity of the whole thing and the fact that it can really massively scale, I think it's really one of a kind. And for me, that's just as important as the underlying infrastructure. I mean, we cannot connect to a home, we cannot make a home do what it needs to do without a good, reliable infrastructure, which we believe power line to be. But on the other hand, once you gather all this data, somebody or something in this case needs to make sensible decisions based on this huge amount of data that comes in.
Yeah.
Nou, het mooie van dit systeem is dat je ook je bestaande schakelmateriaal in huis kan toevoegen aan je volledige smart home setup. Dat betekent dat je vanaf elke schakelaar alles in je huis kan bedienen. En het leuke is, je kan het nu zo instellen, maar als je over een half jaar een andere functie achter een schakelaar wilt, hoef je alleen maar in de software aan te geven en dan is het aangepast. Nou, een schakelaar voor je lampen bedienen is natuurlijk logisch, maar dan ga je niet één lamp bedienen, maar dan kan je alle lampen aanzetten. Je kan ook een schakelaar bouwen voor je zonwering bijvoorbeeld. Hier, ik zal even één keer goed drukken. Dan gaat het omhoog en naar beneden. Maar het leuke is, je kan het niet alleen voor je verlichting en voor je zonwering gebruiken. Je kan er ook zelfs je muziek mee bedienen. Luister.
Can you give an example of one of the newer integrations for digitalSTROM? An external party that just here's my API, or I don't know, how does it work in fact? Can you explain?
Yes, of course. Normally there are two ways. One way is really when we see something is really important to us to have a complete system, then we normally approach the partner, getting in commercial discussions about how we're going to do that, defining use cases, and then of course we need some access to their system. Normally, and that's nowadays more and more common that API access is available,
Yes.
and then we integrate that into our system by combining or connecting the systems over APIs. And that could be local,
Mhm.
but more and more what we see is also that API is going over the cloud.
Yes.
So we have both. We have a local infrastructure and API to connect to certain devices, but also a cloud API that is able then to connect
Yes.
cloud to cloud with certain devices. And I think both in the future will have its
That was my
try
next
to work.
question. Which
Yeah.
one will survive?
Yeah,
the
I
local
think,
one or the
I
cloud
think both,
one?
because certain things you might want to have local.
Absolutely.
In case your cloud isn't working, you still want to have the one who is ringing at your door
Yeah.
to be seen and being able to open the door. So still operational. So really important things can be combined both, but we see more and more a shift into cloud, of course, especially when it comes to consumer electronic stuff and so on. There we see a move. Even some that had local APIs now are moving into cloud and only delivering these.
Nou, als alles eenmaal geïnstalleerd is, dan kan je digitalSTROM op verschillende manieren bedienen. Nou, allereerst wat ik het allerbelangrijkste vind, is gewoon een knop aan de muur. Want als je telefoon of tablet leeg is, moet je het systeem ook kunnen bedienen. Nou, daarnaast kan je het met computer, maar je kan het ook met een tablet bedienen. Maar nog leuker is misschien, is om een vaste tablet aan de muur te hangen. Ja, je kan je bestaande iPad ook aan de muur hangen, maar vaak zien we dat als je een iPad aan de muur hangt en je hebt kinderen, dat er heel snel spelletjes en allemaal ongein hierop gaat komen. Terwijl de tablet aan de muur eigenlijk wil dat dat dedicated is voor het systeem. Nou, ze hebben hier een speciale tablet die enkel alleen voor het systeem beschikbaar is, maar dan weet je in ieder geval altijd, als je hem aanraakt, dat het altijd direct werkt.
Then, well, we are Dutch. Price-wise, how do you think you compare to your competitors for integration for startup package, let's call it?
I think we are very interesting there for our customers. Two reasons. I mean, there are cheaper systems on the market.
Yes.
So-called do-it-yourself. Quite a few of them are wireless, which is just not as reliable normally and has some disadvantages, but could be very interesting as well.
Mm-hmm.
But compared to then, let's call it the more professional smart home systems, we have a big advantage. We are
Okay.
using existing cabling,
Yes.
which
True.
is then in retrofit, it's an
easier.
amazing advantage because you don't need to have new wires, which normally is coming with a lot of construction work,
Mm-hmm.
where it just can do it. But also for new homes, very interesting as you really can also start small
Mm-hmm.
and then go more and more into more features as you like it, as you don't need to start with the full-blown package, but really see starting with light and shade and then start
You
living
can-
in a
you can
place
build
and
it.
then you can build up
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
And also very interesting, the platform and integration of devices, that's then for free once you have the core system. So for example, if you have your home built, light shading and everything inside, and you decide then, well, I would like to integrate my Sonos system.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to buy anything, you just
No, you
connect
just
the two
integrate
things and that's then these additional device integration is then for free. So I think we are very comparable and very interesting for the price and that's what we offer.
Nou, digitalSTROM kan je dus met de schakelaar aan de muur, met een app of met een vaste tablet aan de muur bedienen. Maar je kan het ook met de stem besturen. En dat is handig voor als je op plekken bent waar je eigenlijk liever niet je telefoon wil meenemen. Neem bijvoorbeeld de douche. Let op. Alexa, zaken digitalSTROM, ik wil douchen. Let op.
Wordt erledigt.
Licht gaan aan, het displaytje gaat automatisch naar beneden, water gaat aan, muziekje aan en ik zou zeggen, tijd om te douchen.
Well, there's two things we haven't discussed yet, and I would love to ask. One is, how do you see the sustainable energy future in combination with smart home? I think that's a very, very big thing nowadays. So how can digitalSTROM help out with sustainable energy in the world?
It's a very, very good question. And even though at the single homes this isn't the most important topic perceived yet,
Not
it
yet.
will
no.
be a very, very important one.
Yes.
And looking at our system, we have already today information about every single device, what the energy consumption is.
Oh.
We can control our clamps, they can measure energy flow. So really important then to come up with ideas and concepts for the future. So we have that, and we are in that case will enable a very interesting and good energy management. And that's also where we will put focus on in the future.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen that demand is very, very high. Also, when we talk about large properties, large property developers asking for energy management solutions, and that's also why we are partnering now or having announced a merger with a very affiliate company that is a bit further ahead in the energy management area. And in combination with what we have as a platform orchestration, that will be a really, really nice.
So you are already working on that part to
Yeah.
integrate it quickly when the demand rises.
Exactly, and we have concepts in place. We are working on integrations.
Yes.
We have several standards that we starting integrating, helping do energy management and saving energy. And then when it breaks down to a really simple example, already now we do it in a way, but don't call it really energy saving. But our home knows when is someone at home and when not. Meaning you can easily adjust the system that in case you're not at home, your heating is turned down
Yes,
to
turned
eco
down.
mode,
Yeah.
mode, or even simple without knowing if someone is at home or not. For example, my home, always at 10 o'clock heating is stopped and starting 5 o'clock in the morning, knowing that my wish for a nice warm room is not there normally between midnight and 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, light bulbs that switch off,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ik hoop dat je een goed beeld hebt kunnen geven wat er allemaal mogelijk is met digitalSTROM. Nou, in dit project zijn we nog bezig met alle voorbereidingen, maar precies dat wat je hebt gezien gaan we ook hier realiseren. Nou, ik kan niet wachten tot het klaar is. Maar er is nog 1 aflevering, dan nemen we jullie mee behind the scenes van digitalSTROM. Dan ga ik je ook laten zien hoe ze dingen testen. Nou, ik zou zeggen tot die tijd, be smart, be ready, stay tuned en tot de volgende keer.